Hello, I did a video in French last time, but it didn't pass, so I have to do it in English. I'm trying all the time to do it bilingual, so you can, let me check, because, and you can follow me, and voila. So, I wrote a book, which is Passeport pour l'emploi d'un chrétien, Christian work, Christian passport, or job Christian passport, job employment passport, and it was in 2012, and now it's on Amazon, but it's in French. Okay, so today I'm going to take a part of my book and explain something that I didn't explain actually in the book, but it goes with the tutorial. So that, okay, so for people who are not Christian, you can follow the tutorial because it's spiritual, and the principle in the Bible are in the Quran, are in the Torah, so it's already 3 big religions, but also they are made secular. So for example, if you say search and you will find, and secular say is who search finds in French, qui cherche trouve. So voila, I'm sure whatever is your spirituality, you're going to see yourself within this. So I have to read in the Bible because in my book it's in French and I have a bilingual Bible. So for those who are Christian and wants to, or the other ones, I don't know, I based my thing on some scriptures. So the first scripture is Exodus 28:3. The second is Exodus 31:3. The third is Exodus 31:6. The fourth is Exodus 31 and Exodus 35:35, and then Exodus 36:1, and then Exodus 36:2. So those scriptures are going to reveal you something that is well needed when you're searching for a job. Okay, so it's spiritual, you know. And I do this, why? Because the base of this action that I'm doing for jobs comes from this book, comes from like a revelation about what I'm able to do to help you find a job. So I'm your job facilitator. So Exodus 28:3. Let us read it in English so we can understand together. Call all the skilled workers to whom I have given ability and tell them to make Aaron's clothes so that he may be dedicated as a priest in my service. So it's God speaking to Moses and saying, call the skilled workers. So for God, it's really important that you be a worker that has skills. He's not going to take someone just that is not skilled. So it's the same thing for someone that employs you. So call skilled people, skilled workers to whom I have given ability. So God is saying, so if you don't believe in God, the supreme, powerful, creative, powerful, is saying that within I put ability. So he puts abilities in people. Okay, so people have abilities, and employers are waiting for your abilities. They want to see your abilities in the resume, and you see that God is doing the same way. God is searching for skilled people within to whom he has given abilities so that they come and make a work for him. So Exodus 31:6. Let us Exodus 31:6. Why did I lose the page? I might have even read, 31:3 first. So, and I have filled him with my power. I have given him understanding, skill, and ability for every kind of artistic work. Okay? Sorry, I'm reading. It's a bilingual version. So, what God is saying here is, and I have filled him with my power. In French is I have filled him with my spirit, I think. With my with my spirit. Okay. I have given him understanding. So I have given him understanding. In French is intelligence, but here in English is understanding, skill. So intelligent skills, understanding skill. Okay, and ability for every kind of artistic work. So God is saying that artistic work is intelligence, and the science is telling you that people from the left side brain are artistic, and people from the right hand brain are more like scientific, like Cartesian, rationalizing people, you see. So here God is saying that art is intelligent, it is a skill, but it's also saying that understanding, intelligent skill is important, you know, and that he gave those skills. So if you see that God is requesting to have those skills, why shouldn't an employer request those skills also? You see? So we have Exode 31:6 that says, I have also selected Oliab, son of Ahisamach, from the tribe of Dan, to work with him. I have also given great ability to all the other skilled workers, so that they can make everything I have commanded to be made. So you see that God is giving abilities, skills to people in order that they do what is commanded to do. And in a profession, if you don't do what is commanded to do, you're not competent, you're not professional. If you're an accountant and you are not doing what is commanded to do as an accountant, you're not professional. If you are an artist and you are not doing what is commanded to do or waited to do as an artist, you are not competent. If you are a baker and you don't do what is commanded to do a croissant, to do bread, then you are not really a baker. So here there is this kind of description of what it is a profession, what it is to do things the way it should be. And you see that God also wants you to be professional, to be correct in what you're doing when you work, and that He thinks He can command you to do something and you should do it the proper way. So for the employer, it's the same, because the authority in the world of employment is the boss. So if the boss tells you that you should do your work like this, you should do your work like this. Exode 35:31. So let us read 35:31. So God has filled him with his power and given him skill, ability, and understanding for every kind of artistic work. So we come back. It's 35, sorry. Yeah, okay. 35:31. Yes, it's the same. So you see, again, God is giving skills. God gave you ability. God gave you intelligence and understanding to do things. Art is an intelligence, and most of the African parents, they don't consider art. They don't think it's an understanding. They don't think it's an intelligence. If you're a parent, you have to understand that in the Bible, the art is an understanding, it's an intelligence, it's a skill, it's something that God has given to your children. So you shouldn't prevent them from being artists. You know, you should trust what God has put in those kids, you know. So Exode 35:35, what is said is, He has given them skill in all kinds of works, done by engravers, designers, and weavers of fine linen, blue, purple, and red wool, and other cloth. They are able to do all kinds of work and are skillful designers. So you see that in the eyes of God, skills are really important. To be able to do things, it's really important. So if we go to Exodus 36:1, let us see what is told over there. It's Bezalel, Oliab, and all the other workers to whom the Lord has given skill and understanding, who know how to make everything needed to build the sacred tent, or to make everything just as the Lord has commanded. So to know how to make, so the know-how, you see? So God is speaking about the know-how. The understanding is the knowledge. To know how to do something is the know-how. And in your resume, in your job interview, in your cover letter, in your job, your employer is waiting for you to know, to understand, to have an intelligence, you know, to have a knowledge, okay? And is waiting for you to know how to do when it is commanded, like to know how to do if you're an accountant, to know how to do if you're a manager, to know how to do if you're a runner, an athletic runner, to know how to do, you see? So the know-how is really, really important. And how to be also is important, because when you do your work, you might do it just like that. You might do it just but here it is requested to do the things just as the Lord has commanded. So God is waiting for you to do your job the way it is commanded to do, you know? And so if God is waiting for you to do the job the way it is commanded to do, whether it is artistic or something else, well, it should be the same for your employer. You should do the work the way it is commanded to do for your employer. So the last scripture is Exodus 36:2. Let me read it. 36:2. Moses called Bezalel, Holiab, and all the other skilled men to whom the Lord has given ability and who were willing to help. And Moses told them to start working. So they were willing to work. The will to work is, in French, we call the cover letter motivation letter. The willing to work is the motivation. In the cover letter, you should write your motivation to work in that company. You should write, like, the employer should feel that you're willing to do, you know, and you see that with God, it's the same. He's working with those who are willing to do. So among the people to whom God has given ability, understanding, knowledge, know-how, commanded to do the things in a certain way, God is choosing the ones who are willing to do. So it's totally normal that an employer chooses you according to the motivation, according to what it feels in you, like says that you are willing to work, You are willing to do what is commanded to do. You are willing to reach out the target. You are willing to be working the best you can do. So this is the same. So I finish with the scripture. Let me speak universally about this scripture. You have to understand that everything in the word is intelligence. Intelligence, intelligence, intelligence. The little atom, the little cell, you know, if you go into the DNA, there is an intelligent code. There is a secret code that is intelligent. You have to have a certain understanding to know what DNA gives what. You have to be, I don't know, astrophysician, biologist, I don't know, all these really medical, scientific names so that you understand. And up till now, you have laboratory, you have researchers that are trying to understand the intelligence that is sealed in the cells. And everything in this world is composed of cells. Whether it is a material thing, a non-living thing, it's a cell. If you have chemistry, it's going to tell you that this atom and this other atom and this other atom makes aluminum. This other one is going to make plastic. This other one is going to make water. This other one is going to make gas. You know, like so. Everything is like blocked into a code, intelligence code. And if you see us, we were like ovule and a spermatozoid. We get together, you get an egg, and then this egg became the fetus and the baby, and then the baby went out of your mama, and then voila, you're a baby, and now you're an adult. Okay, so this little cell, two cells that met each other and separated into 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then they were acting according to the understanding of their intelligence that were inside of them. Nobody told those cells to do this or that. They had that intelligence in them in order to bring them into a little egg that nobody can see to you see. And the same way, the intelligence that is in your brain, the intelligence that is in your heart, the intelligence that is in everything that you have in your body is responding to what is like the codes, the intelligence code that are into the body. And it's functioning like the trees. They have the intelligence of feeling the seasons. There is a season, you know. Everything has an intelligence so that they work the way that it has to work on the time it has to work. The sun is reacting every day. You don't have to order the sun. There is an intelligence between the orbital Earth doing I don't know what, and all these stars and these planets and things like that. So it's an intelligence laws, scientific laws, that is like making those planets turning around into the universe. You see, everything is explainable with the intelligence, with the understanding of this universe. So what is happening is that you have to realize that you are an intelligence. Whether you believe in the God of the scriptures or not, you have to understand that you are intelligent. Whatever happened in your life, you have a certain kind of skill, you have certain kind of abilities, you have a certain kind of understanding, a certain kind of intelligence that makes you able to do things in a proper way. The way it is commanded in a profession. You have to discover, what is it that I have in me that corresponds to this? You know, you have to realize that perhaps you are not using what you have inside of you the proper way. And so the Bible says that my people die of lack of knowledge. So if you know that in the Bible also authority, the authority, you have to accept the authority. You have to accept that your employer, your business partner, your customer, your partners, your providers are going to request that you do the things that is commanded to do. You have to make the things the way it is commanded to make. That day, your life is going to be better as an employee or as an employer or as a business facilitator or as an inventor, a creator. You were born to do something and you were born with an intelligence, but are you willing? Are you willing? I would end this video saying Joshua 1:7-8 that you should meditate and read and read and read this Bible if you are a Christian, because you see that I show you that it has universal thing. And for you who doesn't read the Bible, well, you just discover that universal things are also included in that book. And it can help a person that meditate and read it. Not say it by heart, but understand it and apply it in everyday life. You should see the difference because it has really keys to the success of your life. And this is what Joshua 1:7-8 says. If you read this text, if you meditate, if you observe, and then if you apply, then you will succeed in what you do. Thank you for following. I'm your job facilitator. See you later.